Redskins cornerback Quinton Dunbar has gotten off to a very strong start this season. Photo by Toni L. Sandys. The Washington Post, by Sam Monson September 18 at 11:55 a.m. It would be easy for Washington Redskins fans to push the panic button coming out of a 21-9 defeat to the Indianapolis Colts at home, but there has been far too much good in Washington's first two games to be too concerned. Let's take a look at 4 reasons to feel good about the Redskins start. The defensive front looks legitimate. And, believe it or not, that includes the performance against the Colts. Despite getting home with a sack on Andrew Luck just once, the Redskins were able to notch 16 total pressures as a defense with a trio of Jonathan Allen, Matt Ioannidis and Ryan Kerrigan, in particular, repeating impressive opening performances as each generated at least 3 combined sacks, hits, and hurries. Allen's future looks particularly bright, as the former first-round pick was one of the highest-graded players in the country, while starring for Alabama, handling a large workload in the process. His NFL career is just 230 snaps old, having seen his rookie season curtailed by a Lisfranc injury in his foot, but he has come back strong from the injury. His 86.9 PFF grade 2 games into the season ranks in the top 6 for interior defensive linemen. Toni Kornheiser. This is beginning to feel like the beginning of a revolution. Another surprising success on the defensive line is Matt Ioannidis. After a slow start to his career, the former 5th-round pick has found a role as an inside pass rusher. Through 2 games, he has produced the second-best pressure rate among all interior linemen. The secondary has also played well. DJ Swearinger has continued a remarkable career renaissance since struggling early in Houston. Swearinger had a couple of interceptions of luck, and he's been part of a secondary that has had impressive showings from multiple members across the first 2 games. Quinton Dunbar was outstanding in Week 1, intercepting or breaking up more passes, 3, than he allowed to be caught by Cardinals receivers, 2, and on the season he has allowed a passer rating of just 30.0. That's almost 10 points lower than if the quarterback had thrown the ball away each play instead of targeting Dunbar. If he continues to play at a high level, that gives Washington's defense a very strong quarterback duo of Dunbar and Josh Norman. The offensive line struggles versus the Colts weren't as bad as they looked. Quarterback Alex Smith was sacked 3 times in the loss to Indianapolis, but he was only actually pressured on 10 plays. Moreover, the problems on the line were almost exclusively the fault of left guard Shawn Lauvao. He surrendered a sack, a hit and 4 additional hurries, which tied the other 4 members of the offensive line put together when it comes to total pressures allowed. Lauvao is a potential problem, a weak link on a unit that is only as strong as its weakest link, but given that the other 4 members of the line are solid or better, the Redskins should be able to overcome it. Smith and his top offensive playmakers should be fine. A lot of the reasons for optimism we wrote about following Washington's Week 1 win over the Cardinals are still there. Smith is an efficient quarterback who takes excellent care of the football, and the 1-2 punch of Adrian Peterson and Chris